key to program yourselves on that. Start going through different ways. Types of like different things that start to pop up. What's available. It's time for Power
Just close the
Hour.
fucking door. Close the door.
Have a good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Sunday evening stream. You know what this is. We congregate here because the weekly candle will close in 51 minutes and change. But it's a super special live stream occasion because last night, around midnight, 1 a.m., someone out there pushed the price of Bitcoin to $125,750 spot. And off those highs, Bitcoin has pulled back at the lows since the high, nearly like 2.7% or something crazy, but it's beginning to rebound now. And you can see this red line, 123.231.07. That is the former all-time high that was put in July 14th, rivaled in August, and eclipsed last night. So trying to break it, trying to get a daily candle close above this level, I think that would be some sort of breakout confirmation. Not your strongest form, because you want to break out, you want to reconfirm with a back test, and then you want to go with a strong follow-through candle. So this would be like step one of a breakout. But who knows? 50 minutes, you don't know what they're going to do to it. But I'll tell you one thing. People probably really disappointed that I didn't just keep freaking going. But you got to understand the CME futures. And we should be very thankful for that pullback, because I just don't think we want to ever see some sort of gap, and we didn't really get one. No, we did not. So, and crazy enough, man, we were so close to an all-time high on CME futures on Friday. We just didn't get there. So I guess you still have an unfilled gap, which is kind of annoying. But whatever, it's better than it being up here, opening up here, because, eventually all these gaps end up filling for the most part. Not all of them. But yeah, so we don't have to worry about that going into the new week, new day. But yeah, strong 4-hour candle. You can see above my head. They're trying to break that level right now. Would be phenomenal. Let's look at the weekly real quick, because this is what we are all here for. This candle, and by far, not even a shadow of a doubt, there will be history made this evening in less than 1 hour. It will be a colossal, and I'm talking freaking huge, bullish engulfing candle. It will be a $11,000 positive candle, a 10%, so a God candle on Bitcoin for a record close. After the test, not once, but then twice. Had no idea, had no confidence, no structure, nothing really until last weekend. 7 days ago, we got the bearish breakdown, the recapturing, the reconfirmation of this level of support, and then the go candle, and it's been up ever since. Yeah, this is phenomenal. All right. And we had a little bit of an edge with that daily confirmation low. Tweeted about, pinged you about, looked at on stream every single day, and it's just continued to go. Broke the supply line of that short-term, mid-term downtrend we were in, and now history upon us. It is phenomenal. I just don't, if you're not excited about this, I don't know what to tell you. And maybe you shouldn't be excited, because it's not just Bitcoin that is going to all-time highs. It is also, right now, gold is going, well, it was going ape up until the stream started. We were up almost 0.8% on the new day, the new week. This is smelting up, if you will, because my gold, my metals. But yeah, you're just waiting for $4,000 now. That is the psychological level, 3,900. We've eclipsed it. So yeah, 4K. You got to be confident we're going to see that. But I don't know what day or how long it'll take. But I just think that's the hard target, the zeros and the fives and price discovery. If you want a 2618 fib extension from this ascending triangle breakout, you got 4,112, whatever. You break 4,000, it's just going to be 41, 42. I mean, 420, 4,200. I think that would be big time, right? Psychological mimetic resistance, and onward. But yeah, this is more testament to the collapse of purchasing power of fiat. You want to own hard assets, gold, silver, any metal really at this point will do. Looks like Bitcoin will do. Looks like the S&P 500, the Nasdaq will do. Looks like the freaking Nikki will do, as you know, they had voted in a conservative and nationalist prime minister over the weekend, and right out the gate a gap up and up 4.4%. The free market loves a nationalist, as we saw extremely similar price action when Trump got elected, not just in 2016 but also in 2024. So there is nothing here. You are straight up in price discovery, man. There's nothing. So $50K, $50,000 would certainly be the psychological resistance that makes sense next, right? So we'll just go with that. 50K on deck for the Nikki. Amazing channel they had, just like they had on the index funds, but this one just blasted off. Maybe someone knew something on Friday, right? That huge 2.2% candle. All right, man. Silver has made a fresh, I think made a fresh multi-year high. What the? Okay, sorry. Hit the wrong button over here. Let's see, silver. No, not quite. Sorry, I've got an alert set up if we do see a fresh multi-year high. But it opened higher. It's up 0.41%. There's nothing here, man. Above 47.91. What is 47.91? I believe on the weekly it is the candle close. Let's see here. Or is it the weekly? It is. It is in fact the weekly candle close. So you are currently trading above that. So there's nothing left. All that's left is all-time highs, right? They're 49.80-ish. All right. Phenomenal. Palladium, coppers, turning things around. Look at this. I mean, these are weekly candles. What does that mean? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-week-long win streak on absurd volume. Yeah, something is breaking behind the scenes. They're never going to tell you, but this is extremely significant. So prepare accordingly. Hope you own something besides cash. Yeah, this is just a fiat. I think we're just watching a fiat collapse. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm no economist, right? Just a swing trader, position trader, bro, but I'm pretty sure there are people that have been in the markets a lot longer than me that have never seen anything quite like this in terms of just absurd runs, like the everything bubble. But anyway, all right. Did something happen with corn? Like literal corn? There was some sort of like, let me see if I'm getting trolled. I might be getting trolled. One sec. Am I getting trolled on literal corn news or something? What is it? Is it ZW or Z? This is wheat. This is wheat. I think I'm trolled, dude. Corn. Yeah, I'm just getting trolled, but dang, man, if an M shape's not developing down here at a deep retrace. I don't know if there's an 886. Low to high. You're close, man. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I don't know. I must have been drunk or something. Yesterday was awesome. College football Saturday. Crazy drama, fun times with people. Okay, so, you know, we looked at Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum now. That is close, but, man, they just can't do it. What's great is in 43 minutes, we will have a bullish engulfing candle confirmed above 43.84. In my opinion, that is extremely important to recapture that May of 2021 peak, that swing high, that reversal point. And maybe on the new week, maybe they back test that 43.84 level, and then we're good to run to 48.67, and then to breach it, and then to go into price discovery. You know what it looks like on the weekly. On the weekly, it looks just like they might be. I mean, I could be completely wrong, dude. All right, it's not a very large pattern, but it just looks like a bull flag. like a bull pull, bull flag situation. Could you imagine the size of this bull pull if it was gonna run? Unfathomable. Like, definitely major fib extensions. You can't even, oh my God. So, if you even, all right, we can be conservative and say the bull pull would start here in June, not down here, because, you know, you want sideways, so it's not so much the impulse, like it's a pause in the impulse. Okay, so right here, conservative as F, and then conservative with the, it's controversial on where do people measure the move, or they begin the measured move of a bull flag, and the conservative way is like the bottom of the bull flag, not the breakout point. It's weird, nuanced. So just being conservative both ways, you got like a $6,364 target on a bull pull bull flag on the weekly. But we know it's far more significant than that. We know on Ethereum it is a 500-day large right-angled and descending broadening formation that has been successfully broken, and now, as of last week, successfully confirmed as broken out. Because you don't really know until they check back and test this old resistance sell wall as now a buy wall. And now the engulfing candle gives more confidence that it's very real. So just let's see. It's Q4. It's that time of the year where magic can happen. We know, you know, stock market crash, the 1987, 1929, it all happened in October as well. But my God, if we haven't had some of the most insane run-ups in the history of crypto in the same month, quarter, Q4. So it is underperforming Bitcoin right now, for sure. And Bitcoin might continue to outperform for a while if it goes into price discovery for real, like 135. Like Ethereum's probably just going to run some and probably just barely get to 5K. But then eventually Bitcoin will chill out, go sideways a little bit, and then these alts will go nuts. Typically, that's like historic fashion. They'll do that. So, all right. So I'm just saying this is an in-depth analysis on Ethereum's weekly. This is I think this is the only time scale you should care about at this point. Like the daily, like what? They can't break a supply line. I know. They tested it. They were trying. They tried on Friday. They tried today. And it's just not happening. I mean, and they might roll it over. And the good news is, even if you lost 43.84, you come down to 3,900, put in a local confirmation load there, like you're good. You're in good shape no matter what. But yeah, it is sad. It is unfortunate. They just can't break resistance. Because I think this market's heading more towards Bitcoin season because it's first and it leads the way. Then market participants gain confidence that the breakout on Bitcoin's actually real. It's real price discovery. It's not a freaking joke. And then the buyers start coming into the rest of the market. So the majors first. Not this time. What was first this time, before even Bitcoin, were the privacy coins. Like, dude, you want to lose your freaking mind? Here you go. Zcash. Zcash, chat. Up 270% in 7 days. Moves like this are going to be what ushers in the dumb money, the stupid money that we need for bubbles, for booms, the booms and the busts, right? We need the boom, we need retail, we need dumb money to get into these less liquid coins that will push these things to levels that you couldn't even imagine in short periods of time. It makes the markets tradable. It really does. So you want these altcoins to do things like this. They're almost like advertisements for exit liquidity for us that stay here year round. We're around, okay, we're always monitoring it. Oh, some structures develop. Oh, some higher lows coming in. All right, might be actionable down here, easy to manage risk, and then they start running. And then how they continue to run is that really dumb money. Okay, it's your friends, it's your family, no offense. And it's going into the season, Theorycraft, right? Q4, Thanksgiving, all families are congregating together, turkey, pumpkin pie, scam coin tendies, talking about it. Oh, really? Well, how can you own that? Well, here's the app. Let me show you. And that done millions of times around America. Okay, so Zcash, and then Dash is the other little brother. Thought it was big brother at one time. It's not now. Give me one sec. Dash, so you can just see it, the insanity. It's not as insane because Zcash is the one with the news-driven catalyst, but it's still freaking nuts, dude. So you just don't, you know, see, this is like one where it's like just scam coin, trash, 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 lower lows eternally, eternal lower lows. And it could still end up being just, oh, reverses at $39 again. They've done it many times. They'll do it again. But that's why it's like these little structures we're seeing down here, like that. That's happening all over the S-coin, altcoin joke market. It just is. It's happening everywhere. So you just don't know when a catalyst is going to come out and pump one of them. It's tough. There's too many. Remember, there's 36 million. 36 million. Maybe there's like a, what is it? Isn't there a new update or something on scan? Is it 100 million now? I don't even remember. I've lost count. What's up? What's up, King Logan? Yeah, good to see all y'all. Okay, so we looked at Ethereum, Bitcoin. We can, let's look at the other ones. Let's look at BNB. I think it rightfully earned, you know, a spot to be analyzed daily as they went up near all-time highs at the peak and then pulled it back. It's starting to underperform a little bit to Bitcoin daily just because it's been going insane. I mean, this is crazy. 1160. And you're thinking 1250, 1500 would be the next psychological levels. You broke the channel. It's wild, man. Legged up, so much demand on the pullback. They can't even test that upsloping support. You've legged up. That is representative of increased demand, accelerating demand. So this pullback, you could leg up again. Where there's so much demand, they pull this thing back. They can't even test this newly formed demand line. And on it goes. Then the curve line tool starts coming into play for those situations. All right. Nice stuff, dude. Obviously, I mean, it goes without saying. Gonna be a record weekly close. We know. It's gonna be an almost 17% God candle in price discovery. So BNB is the only crypto in price discovery. Bitcoin has not even confirmed yet at all that it's going into price discovery. Not at all. We need a lot more bidding on Bitcoin. I mean, we need to be at hitting 130 plus to probably feel confident that it's not some bullcrap fake out for the third time. Because look, we could go to Bitcoin and like on the 4 hour, let me just show you here, just for the sake of staying conservative here. All right, I don't want anyone to ever like get too crazy in these situations because I do think like it is upon us. Like we're very close and it could happen. We've been waiting. I mean, all summer, dude. It's been spinning the wheels. In fact, like at the lowest point, just what, a week ago? Yeah, like 1 week ago, you were trading at the same price you were trading at like 9 months ago. And you did that in September. And you did it in July, and it's like a rerun. It's like, I mean, so again, 9-10 months. If you exclude the past week, zero gains on Bitcoin. I mean, that's, you know, someone could have gotten pregnant and had a child, and Bitcoin's at the same price. That's rough. All right, so I'm hoping like we're able to clearly break this inflection zone. You just gotta, you can't be like, oh, it's breaking this one, but then they, you know, established the upthrust here in August, and it's like, okay, well, here's your zone. I think it's just like a really nice conservative way to look at the breakout point, and it's probably 124.587, right? Not 123.231. Again, conservative thought. Okay, so big range between 108 and 125, 124. Yeah, weekly looks phenomenal. The monthly looks psychotically good. Yeah, bro, look at this monthly. 26 days to go till the close. And it's like you're just right back at that measured move point, right? The measured move of the old successful cup with Hendel, man. It was beautiful. See, I think like Ethereum paired against Bitcoin has its own little unironic cup with handle right now. It's on the daily though, I think. Let me see here. But not just that. Like good God, this M shape on Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. Type 2 return would suck because that means like Bitcoin would be outperforming for a very long time, for like many months if we pulled back to 2.6 million Satoshis. But say the daily here looks kind of promising a little bit. Look, it's like clear cup and clear handle. And if they ever break the neckline, that is just an inflection zone that is historical, very real. If they ever break that, it's an easy 5.3 million Satoshis up there, 5.7. So something to pay attention to on this one. It's been a long time coming, dude. Second largest crypto in the entire world, and it's not been threatened. This whole point of going sideways for so long, nothing's even come close to eclipsing it in market cap. You just got to wonder, when will it really run again and go in price discovery via, paired against US dollar? All right, let's look at XRP. That, it's flat. It's not really doing anything impressive this weekend. Sorry. Yep, they still can't even make a higher high or even the same high as you saw in September. It's just range bound, and you're near the top of the range without a higher high. So same lows, still lower highs, unable to keep the price propped above $3 or $3.10. It's gonna take something, man. We need some news catalyst or something. Or you need, easily, all you need is Bitcoin to really go into price discovery. But we're going thousands upon thousands of dollars above 124, 125. Again, I think like 130, it's like no doubt in price discovery. And if you want the Fibonacci extension target of the wave structure that we had identified, it is 135,000. It's a very bullish wave structure because you have the X, the A, then you have the B, the 618, and then you have the C, a high or low. That is the crab pattern. Potential crab patterns, pattern completion zone, price reversal zone is the 1618, which would take you all the way up here. There's only one pattern completion zone on this one fib extension, and it's the 1618. And that's, my God, $135,000. I think that would be your hard target if we were going to break this inflection zone, for sure. 135. Okay. I think total has something that is even more bullish than this, just like marginally more bullish, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, yeah, this is the one. Okay, why is this more bullish? Because the retrace on the B point is way deeper. I think total 2 might be even better, but see, you do the same thing, the X, the A, the B. I think it's total 2. Hold on, this is what makes me maybe a little more confident in Ethereum. No, Ethereum, I'm sorry, total 2 is extremely bullish compared to Bitcoin and total, because if you tried to have that same thesis on wave structures, the B point exceeds the
Stay blessed,
X
Mitch.
point.
Appreciate you.
What's up, Calvin, man? Thanks for the freaking 40, dude. Much love. I think it's first contribution to the stream. Thank you, dude. Yeah, this one's like really, really good. And it's a big coupled handle, man. That's pretty much what total 2 is. This is why I'm thinking like Ethereum will anchor this. Ethereum is the largest weighted asset confined within the total 2 aggregate. All right. Something. This breaks out as soon as the buyers start coming in on Ethereum. This goes easily to 2.05 trillion. If you want to measure move, it's above the 1414, which is 2.24 trillion, and that would be alt season.
Can we look at EPAN?
Definitely alt
Harmonic at COVID low? Side note, HC Wainwright raised plug target to $7. Cheers.
Of course they did. Show me the charts. I'll show you the news. 2 triangles. Thanks for the 22. We'll look at EPAM. Yes, sir. Nice to see Bitcoin with less than 30 minutes to go showing us a green candle. It was like 12 hours of red. But you just got to love, life is extremely enhanced anytime Bitcoin's above 123,231, because that's that old all-time high from July. That's that, and it's by the cent too. So to see it above that magenta line is great. So let's be joyful of that, and let us be joyful that total 2 looks poised to change people's lives if it resolves, like Bitcoin's coupled handle did, like gold's coupled handle did. Gold's coupled handle has doubled its measured move now officially as of like last week. So we're on the cusp of greatness. They have been trying to what it looks like is they've been trying to absorb supply at a sell wall for what, 6-7 weeks, and at the same time confirming the old major resistance. Been confirming it as support, not once but twice. So you just gotta be freaking really optimistic on total 2. Total 3, I'm not sure if I looked at this one lately. Total 3 is just in a nice uptrend. And it's also, wow, look at this. Look where total 3 is, chat. This is all of crypto, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, so this is like largest weighted assets on this going to be like XRP and Binance Coin and Cardano and Dogecoin and Tron Coin. They're attempting to break the old all-time high from November 2021 again. They did it on the 2nd, and you've just been holding above it. So is it a cup with handle? Not sure, but it doesn't look like it. It's not sideways. It's kind of upsloping. I just think you're in an uptrend. You've been in an uptrend, and you're breaking resistance. I think that's pretty cool. And then there's others. What is others? Is the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10. So no Doge. I mean, no Bitcoin, Ethereum, no BNB, no XRP, no Solana, no Tron, no Cardano, no Doge, whatever, and so on. A few more, but others is woefully underperforming the other ones, right? Because the concentration of money has been going in the big ones, not the scam coins. So you still have like a nice M shape, maybe type 2, and it's just running, and they're still upside, at least at $350 to $366 billion. But yeah, it's just been stalling. But uptrending, man. It's been uptrending. All right, so looks good. But we just need Bitcoin to really go in price discovery, and then everything will come into place. All these setups, the way they look, they will all start resolving. And it will be money-making season in crypto again, because it's been a while, man. I mean, it really has. I mean, it has been like, if you're a crypto bro this year and you've been watching on the sidelines of what's been happening on the equities market, you are probably depressed. I get it. But that should be a learning lesson, not, you shouldn't be staying depressed. You should be like, hey, I should be a chameleon. Wherever the money is, I should be rotating my capital into those markets and then rotating back when, you start seeing setups on other markets. And yeah, so you should be able to participate in multiple markets, not just at the same time, but maybe one or the other. So, okay, let's look at Solana. We didn't do that. It's up 0.5%. It was down a little, but yeah, I mean, just kind of, it's not, this weekend was not about altcoins outside of the privacy coins. It was just Bitcoin, all-time highs. Nothing else did anything. It was of significance. So you're still above 216. If they back test it, great. If they back test 198, you're still fine. I mean, it's just like crazy. Like you're in such a good position that major pullbacks can happen and you're still great. And it could just be buying opportunities on Solana. So anytime above 216, you're just waiting on 260. Yep. 260 waiting room above 216. And that's it. That's your update. It's pretty much flat on the day.
Hi Mitch, can you check AAL, American Airlines? Your daily stream is a masterclass, truly inspiring.
Hey, Albie, man, thanks for the 25, but thanks way more for the kind words, dude. Really appreciate that. Feedback is food for the content creator, the streamer. So more feedback, the more inspiration, the more it drives me. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. We will look at American Airlines. I know that one's like on the monthly, like insane. Like what generational bottom stuff. Not even kidding. But we'll see. I'll get to it. It's been a minute since I looked at it. But that's the beauty of the monthly. You can look at the monthly like 3 months ago, and 3 months go by, and it's like, it's still as good as it was. So we'll go back to it. All right, thank you, dude. So we've now looked at the big ones, and we'll now look at Dogecoin. That, my God, that third back test, that third valley locally, 22 cents is everything. And they held it, and they ran it straight up to the next resistance, but they've just been unable to break it because that's a resistance, man. That's a level where multiple market participants might have sell orders. and Bitcoin pulled back too. So, but if you're patient on Doge, understand this is the setup, man. All right, do you understand? July 9th. This is freaking summertime, dude. It was just there. The harmonic framework. Scott Carney taught you well, man. The M shape, the type 1 reaction, type 2 return. On that type 2 return, there was absolutely seller exhaustion. Right above that 200 simple moving average. Are you kidding me? Holding supports. A major inflection zone around 16, 17 cents. And I really liked the RSI too, as I'll show you. It's almost like they spring back test the neutral zone, where like they fell into the bearish control zone on the type 1, and then they recaptured, and then they reconfirmed that this relative strength was not going to fall into the bearish control zone, which is anything below 40. So it's insane. Spring back test on an RSI, no way. And then, you get target 1 like almost instantly. And that's it. You've just been like, this is a position trade because you're trading the weekly. You're not trading the daily here or the 4 hour. It's like long period of time. So you're just up against target 1. And then soon they will probably, in time, we'll see target 2, we'll see target 3. And guess what? In crypto fashion, we'll see target 4 and 5 and a million, right? Because these are traditional targets, right? Like on a traditional market, this is how you would target. But if things go psychotic in crypto, you could double, triple the third target of the trade setup. We've seen it when but we don't act like we know, we're going into mania. Mania is like a very rare phase that can or can't happen at a market cycle top. Mania is like the acceleration where the dumbest of all dumb money comes in and pushes this to heights we've never seen, where you might see a 70+ cent Doge, which is all-time highs. Hadn't seen levels like that since Elon went on Saturday Night Live. So, yeah. But sometimes at the end and conclusion of cycles, you don't have mania. It's, it was kind of like they were trying and they failed. Like, Bitcoin, for instance, was like, I don't think there was mania per se back here. Like, it was a nice run, right? But it wasn't manic, right? You had like 1 and 2 and 3, just exhaustion, and then the drawdown, and then that bearish back test, and then it collapsed, China banned mining or whatever, and it was just done. But then you got a rerun, and then I think on this attempted rally on the weekly, monthly, is when you had mania on a bunch of altcoins. So it doesn't always, cycles don't conclude with mania. Not always, but sometimes. So, and that is where the greed is at its highest point. That is when people develop, during that phase, that short period of the market cycle is when people develop the absolute most horrid habits, and it will ruin them. So they might be up, who knows, they might be up 6 figures, but if when the top gets put in and they continue to, apply those habits that they learned during that small mania phase, they'll lose it all and probably way more, because they'll just, the market's turned against you. The blow up top has occurred. The mania has concluded. The composite operator is satisfied with his gains, his yield for the year, so he's just done. So anyway, that's your cryptos, man. Well, crypto, dude, we can look at we got a couple requests, I know, so, but we're just running the clock now, right? We got 18 minutes until your weekly daily close. Look at this freaking index fund, right? This S&P 500 futures, just gapped up a little bit and is just running. Currently, as I'm speaking to you, it's up 0.2%. It's at the highs of the day, the new week. It's phenomenal. It just, like, we're living in this moment that just don't take it for granted, man. It's just crazy that this channel is so well respected. You think, oh boy, here we go, and they defended it, they held it, they keep defending, and they keep run again, and they pull back, they test it, they defend it, and they're running again, over and over and over again. This demand line is made of liquid titanium or something, bro. It's phenomenal. So if we want a 1618, it's 69.44. That's the gold mean ratio. Oh, that's the 2025 fib extensions from the old all-time high to the April crash low. Keep it going, man. Whatever. Send it. Dow Jones futures, here it is. All-time highs on Friday, on Thursday, even on Wednesday. And just out the gate, up 0.19%. Remember how it all started? A big break of the old all-time high from 2024, and then the retest, the recapturing, and the reconfirmation. Old resistance has flipped to support, confirmed a couple times, and then that nice bullish Marbazoo engulfing candle, and it's just been going. And then testing the demand line well, like respecting it, and yeah, it's just wild. NASDAQ 100. All right, it pulled back on Friday, but out the gate up 0.4% on the new week. So an hour and 43 minutes ago, this reopened. So covering all the losses. And $25,000 was tested for the first time on Thursday. Friday, you hit it again, and then you pulled back, and just no selling out the gate. On the new week, it's all these had record quarterly, record monthly closes just days ago, record weekly closes on Friday. It's insane, and it just won't stop. And it's, I mean, it's just wild. All right, rest of, let me get to the I don't even know what US 2000 yeah. I don't think I have data on this one. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. So that channel, they're trying to break it back out. It's up 0.44%. It's actually the top gainer of the 4 futures right now. And just trading above, nonchalantly above that old 2021 all-time high, and then that more recent November 2024 all-time high above both those peaks right now as I'm speaking to you. It's insane. Obviously, out of the channel too for now. All the index funds, gold, silver, other metals too are playing catch up. They're doing very well. They're continuing to run. And now we have Bitcoin that made a fresh all-time high yesterday. Ethereum is not too far removed from an all-time high. BNB is making an all-time high. Bro, it is like the Nikkei now making all-time highs. UK 100, the FTSE on Friday, record close on the daily and the weekly. And then you had a monthly record close. That's like everything. That's the everything pump, dude. So I'm just saying, wow. I hope you were not in cash. I hope you haven't been in cash, because we don't know when it'll end, right? We don't know. Oh my God, they're going to pull us back 5-10%. But I hope you have this summer been in assets that have been appreciating, because your purchasing power is crashing. And don't let anyone tell you it's not. Do not. They are lying to you. Oh, Calvin just tipped 40 and just said, stay blessed. No request. Thank you so much, dude. All right, so let's look at EPAM for 2 triangles. Yeah, the only chart that's probably not doing things, diamonds is like terrible. Diamonds is like at all-time lows. Like it's a record low on diamonds. So, wow. So this is like EPAM. I get why you're requesting it, because look where we are. We are at the end of the road. Like that swing low from 2020. They already lost, unfortunately. They lost, I think, the more strategic, awesome level was 170. But, dude, it's the trend is terrible. The price action lately, locally, is terrible. The potential wave structure right now is terrible. So let me just go into my argument on why this, at this level, looks so bad, even though it could very well hold here. They could, all right? But I'm just going to give you the argument, play devil's advocate. Because someone could out there right now, they could be like, all right, man, I'm going long on Monday, and I'm just going to have a stop loss at 147. Fine. You can do that. You're counter trend trading, but you have a reason, right? It's because buyers have slightly, subtly recaptured that 2020 low. I got you, dude. I understand. But like you have the rule of three, it's nasty redistribution structure in a very well established downtrend. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. What in the... I can barely hear the music. Sometimes I hear it, I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing that. So it's not just that. It's also like, you could be crabbing. You're probably like, all right, man, what about this? The initial anchor point. Okay, I got you. XAB. It's like a 61% retrace. And then, my God, it's like a bullish Gartley. You know, you're right. But what happens if, like, you know, they lose the level, the failed Gartley turns into a crab pattern, and you're at $100. So again, if you want to play it, if you force me to go long, my stop loss is probably going to be real tight, low 147.50, and that's it. So I guess you can look at it like it's a Gartley. It's actually a literal Gartley, right? Like a 61% retrace on B. My God, it is. And a 786 on the D point. I mean, you know, so that is very real. Dang, man. Who am I to say? So that's the problem when you're in a very bearish trend, but you have an M shape completing at this key level. So it's like, I think there's an argument on both sides. I don't think like someone should be going short, because you're never supposed to short at supports ever. That's stupid. That's like trying to long at resistance like this. But I guess you do have an argument, man. This is how it goes. Like, I'm not even here to try to say you're wrong. I'm saying, like, dang, man, there is an argument. A Gartley, nearly a 1414 fib extension to Confluent. That 786 1414 connection is psychotically good. Seeing all the most legendary Gartleys ever have a 1414 Confluent with a 786. So it's just like, you got it there. So which way, Western man, are you going to do it? I mean, I think like there's probably better assets out there with more established uptrends, better structures, not on this just you're staring into the abyss and you could collapse. But I have no expectations about what's coming next. So I expect only that something will happen, that they will soon reassume this trend, which is miserably bearish, and will go way lower, or I expect that this will hold here and a huge rally will ensue. Those are the only two outcomes virtually. So EPAM, arguments could be made on both sides. The trend trader could say it's terrible, it's awful, once it breaks 152 for real, way lower. And then the advantageous harmonic trader could be like, sir, the Gartley's here, we're holding, and if this is real, then we're going back at least 170.
Dollar Hive stock. Thanks.
What's up, Staj? That's Taj, man. Thanks, dude. We can look at Hive. Yeah, Bitcoin miner. All right, that's EPM. Very controversial, very interesting, very thought-provoking chart. Thank you, dude. Let us look here. American Airlines will be next for Obby. American Airlines, well, yeah, I think wow, man, you talk about, holy crap. So we had like seen like some higher lows come in, and now, my God, you're talking about the threshold. Like, this 1141 level is stupid real. It goes back to 2008 and multiple times been resistance support, resistance. And I think if you're above 1141, given enough time, this is where some really good things can happen. All I can tell you is it'd be very easy to set up stop. I don't think you want to own American Airlines below $11.06. $11 is your cutoff. But it's almost like you have maybe three rising valleys with on the third valley you have a confirmation low. Like they're right. If we're identifying this, and this is the way it is, the psychology. You're always trying to like think about the psychology of buyers and sellers when you're looking at consolidation structures, and like the theory would be like, okay, more than before, and even on the top side it's pretty good, but they can't break that pesky 200 moving average. Very tough. So they rolled it over again, And so now it's like, well, these two lows are about the same, but both of these lows are higher than this low and this low. So it's like they're just more so confirming this level's real. They're confirming more than before, and it would be extremely easy to set up a stop loss, I think, in this situation. But thinking about the daily, that's maybe a way to, set up a long and manage your risk optimally right here. But I think like you have a mindset for more far out, and you go the monthly, and this is the monthly, bro. Like it's kind of like, how do you beat this? And you really do, chat. It's like ACHR. You have the U-shaped volume signature, the U-shaped volume, and that volume begins when a pattern concludes its development. And you have high volume at the beginning, and then at the end of it, or at the first low, the second low, you start getting accelerating volume again. It's like it's the signal. It's the pattern is concluding, and the moves impending. So last month we had the highest volume candle we've seen since June of 2020, and in fact, it is the second highest volume candle in the history of American Airlines. So pay attention to this. Because and I can, if you want me to, give me 1 sec, okay? 1 sec. 1 sec. I think you might appreciate it. One sec. What's up, Bird Feeder?
Bird Feeder tipped $25. SNX on the weekly. What say you? Back above a key level.
We can look. I know that thing's been running like crazy, okay? Thank you, dude. What in the... Alright, give me 1 sec. Sorry. Dang, it is not in depth enough. So, I mean, just typically what he's talking about, like Thomas Bulkowski identifying these, researching the volume signatures, U-shaped, dome-shaped. So volume is higher at the ends of the chart patterns than in the middle. Okay. Usually the volume peaks correspond to price turning points in the chart pattern. That's it. So many different chart patterns Bulkowski would attribute this and say it's valid. You can have U-shaped volume on, W, M shapes, broadening patterns, couple of handles, double bottoms, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, right? Scallops, 3 falling peaks, rising valleys, triangles, wedges. It can be applied on most chart patterns. So I'm just saying on the freaking monthly, American Airlines, it's a type 2 return occurring, and even locally you can see 1 and 2. It's like they're kind of confirming here, and the volume just getting higher and higher, and it's like, I just think you attribute it here to where it's like the sellers just keep coming in and trying to push this lower, and there's so much effort they're putting in, and they're just failing miserably. They just can't do anything, and this level just continues to be defended by the buyers. They're just not letting it go lower. So spinning the wheels, nothing's happening. It's like, well, eventually something's going to happen where these sellers just give the F up, and the bids start coming in at very real supports, or there's insane upside if it resolves. So just pay attention. American Airlines. Abby, thanks for the thanks for 25. Much love. Okay. Education is important, okay? Whew. You got some help on the daily with that confirmation low. All right, Hive Digital. And there will be some sort of news catalyst that'll happen, dude. There'll be a news catalyst on American Airlines, and people will be like, I can't believe this, dude. You were just talking about it. And it's just like, what? American Airlines is now like using alien technology? What? Bending space and time to move their airplanes? Let's go. Silver about to pop. Mike W., where you been, bro? All right, so this one, not much rhyme or reason. I mean, maybe back at 209. Yeah, you could have looked at it back then. But there were some nice valleys here. It's just been running. They recaptured 429. you know, you're going to look at not all assets are going to have good setups, right? This is requested. All I can tell you is being above 429 is good, but and if it stays above this long enough, 574 will be your target. My God, the volume is so insane lately. It looked like a bull pull bull flag kind of. But other than that, like, I can't construct a trading plan here. I don't know if there's any way to manage your risk optimally, and that's what we look for. It's a swing trader, position trader. It's not no American Airlines, but yeah, nice run it's been on heavy volume. But that's about all I can give you. If I can't construct a trading plan and we can't optimally manage our risk with that trading plan, then there's not much to do. Just look at the levels, right? 429 and then 574 to 550 and then 685 after that. That's about it. Okay. There's an old nice M shape. I can't remember if this is a trade setup or not. That's a big trading range there, but yeah, it made a higher high in a while. So, and you definitely made a lower low recently. I mean, in April it was, shoot, dude, the lowest lows you had seen in 5 years. All right, cool. It's down here. Maybe they're accumulating. Maybe it's going to hold and they're going to run it. I think there are better assets out there, but cool. Hive's doing it up 2% on Friday. All right, next one was SNX for Bird Feeder. Just your typical S coin, but it'd been doing things. Down 5.4% today. Yeah, it's garbage, dude. But yeah, sure, nice that it had a run, dude. A real nice run. You see what I'm saying? Like Zcash and Dash, they all had this garbage, like these structures down here. They were sideways for so long, and then they just pumped. And it's like, whoa, they pumped, man. After, look at that fake out garbage price action before the reversal. So scammy. They didn't even give you a spring back test. It was close, but dude, you're just chilling in these levels from 2020. I mean, look, they almost ran it straight up to 140, 143, but they fell short. And I don't know, man. Like, again, so you want to see this on the weekly? Okay, we'll look at the weekly. Daily, nothing to really do. The weekly, what an engulfing candle, huge volume last week. I mean, that's nice. We have 15 seconds till the daily, weekly close in crypto. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, the bell, sub. I guess above 77 cents, you're good for 150 on the weekly. If they break 150, probably 248, 250. There it is, chat. We'll come back to this. Jesus chimes. The weekly is closed. Oops, sorry, wrong button. We did it, man. That was just real quick for anyone who's just tuning in. Let me show you. History has just been made on Bitcoin. Not on Ethereum, not on XRP, not on Solana, not on Doge, but on Binance Coin for sure. So Binance Coin and Bitcoin just made record closes. How can you not be happy about that? Let's take a look at the daily on Bitcoin. It was chat. Let's see here. Very, very close. We did it, man. Jesus chimes times 2 because daily record close and weekly record close. And then just days ago, record monthly close. Wait, was it record monthly? Or was it just the quarterly? Hold on, sorry. It was a record quarterly close, not monthly, but now on the new month we're already up 8+%. It's crazy with 26 days to go on this new candle. Wow, insane. So that's your update, dude. That's what we do on Sundays, but very special Sunday because we can't always, for the most part, I would say 90+%. 95, 98+% of all the weekly candle close streams, we're not making record closes on Bitcoin's weekly and daily at the same time. So amazing.
Hi Mitch, I think I speak for many when I say I don't care less about BTC breaking its high. The altcoin market is still largely on its knees and people are smashed up over the last 4 years. Many have lost it all. Poop emoji.
Thank you for the poop emojis, dudes. They don't care less about Bitcoin breaking its high. Well, that's the thing, man. Like if they don't care, about Bitcoin and they got destroyed on altcoins, they were ignorant. And they didn't understand. And what we say in here, I mean, doing this almost 8 years, the price of Bitcoin literally is just not relevant because of what it is. I mean, it is a decentralized bank where we don't need banks, entities, as third parties to transact for us. We have a decentralized network of thousands of computers, tens of thousands of computers. Okay, so, and there is no counterparty risk with Bitcoin, right? I mean, what's riskier? Having, like, legit, like having a $500,000 in cold storage in a vault somewhere, locked up, security, you know about it, or having a $500,000 house somewhere on the coast. I mean, like, there is a lot of risk involved with real estate markets, with more, you know, with the interest rates, with hurricanes, with floods. I mean, there's just like, right, the governments can come in and they can change the rules and the laws, and they can mess with things that are right. So none of that with Bitcoin. So that's what Bitcoin is, and that's it. Altcoins aren't that at all. Altcoins are, for the most part, I would say 99% of altcoins are greed, not just greed from people trying to speculate and buy them and make money on them, but also the developers, the creators of the cryptos. They want to get rich. Just owning, like having it and having most of the coins or whatever. Like maybe at the beginning there were a few good actors that were like Hoskinson's son. He's like, okay, I have this vision for Cardano coin and it's going to do the thing, but it's not doing anything. It's not helping anyone. Like practically speaking, like maybe, you know, at some point it'll happen, but all these years have gone by and Bitcoin's, you know, use case and what it's been has stayed. Its staying power is so real. And then these altcoins like Ethereum, I mean, yeah, pictures of monkeys and mistaking, okay, like it's Binance Coin. I get it because it's an exchange, man. They're just facilitating buy orders and sell orders from market participants all around the world. Okay, I get that. They make fees on it. They liquidate people. They manipulate the market, and they can make a lot in that way with their trading floors. But I mean, Dogecoin, really? It's just a scam, dude. It's just a joke. But hey, technically, it looks like people are buying more than before on it. So anyway, so I mean that's like, you know, you're saying like people don't care about Bitcoin breaking its high. Well, those people are ill-informed and they have hitched their wagon to the wrong dream. Like in Blow, remember the guys in jail and the other guys like laying down is like, George, you've had the wrong dream. It's like, you did, dude. Pundy coin, SNX coin, it's the wrong dream, dude. Go back to that. It's up 1% on the new day. Oh my god, SNX coin. There's nothing to do here on the daily, that's certain. For a swing trade, position trade. Great that it just randomly finally blew up. But no way to manage risk here. Not really. And where it is right now, they'll probably run it to 150. That'd be your next big resistance support for sure. Yep. All right. All right. Well, the Nikki's finally cooling off. Only up 2.84% when it was up almost 5%. Gold's still up. Still record all-time high just an hour and a half ago. It's insane. Many have lost it all. Basement Dweller says. Many have lost it all. Who told them to go all in on scams? Not here. Not in this community. All right, chat. Well, what an incredible close. But as you can see, it was a record daily close, a record weekly close. That is so phenomenal. But as you can see right here, this inflection zone between 123,231 and 124,587. No clean break above that. And until we do, you got to be like just, I mean, that's a real nice run you got going there. I mean, just in a period of 7 days, up 13% at resistance. If we pull back here, And we're not romanticizing Bitcoin, right? It's just any other asset. Your eyes are closed and you see the range. You're at the top of the trading range. People might take profit here and it might pull back. But hey,
PHP weekly on LSE, please, Mitch. This a rectangle?
What's up, G-Dog? Thank you, dude. We can look. So they might pull back here, and maybe it only goes to 118, you know, for a back test of that September 18th high. But or maybe they just go to 120, psychological level, old high from mid-July. Maybe they do that here, or not. Maybe it's just the green candles continue nonstop, right? But just know I don't think you've broken out, not yet. Some would say you have because this high. But if you want to be conservative, I don't think there's anything wrong with ever being conservative as an analyst trader. The real breakout point with a candle close would be 124.587, like above that. All right, so we'll pay attention. I'll be updating you in the Discord based on what the price action occurs here. But so it's kind of bittersweet. Incredible closes in the daily, weekly, but no breakout yet. Okay, now you broke the supply line, of course, but no horizontal line breakout. All right, let me go to this last request real quick. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. Magic, dude. History. We got to experience history together, dude. As all our purchasing power of fiat collapses in real time. I think in a fashion we haven't seen. I think since World War II, since like the New World Order was established, this is the fastest it's losing its value. Is that a rectangle, you say? Trying to make sense of the inflections. Oh, okay. So here's the weekly. This is primary health properties on London Stock Exchange, or the Arabic Stock Exchange, we'll call it now. Okay, the Muslim Brotherhood Exchange. Okay, so you got this zone here on the weekly. I see 86, 65, 89, 80. Right, you can see the candle close, this wick low here, and then these swing highs, and then more swing highs higher, and then all correlating here. So is it a rectangle? Could be. It could be a rectangle, yeah. I mean, look, for like that candle close right there, candle open, you see that? Yeah, you got a rectangle. They're trying to defend it, but you got to know the cycle, right? What are we looking at? We see a high here, and these two highs are pretty much lower than this high. So it's like, are they confirming distribution? So of course anyone could take a shot at these levels, right? That was a really nice bullish engulfing candle we got last week. Really high volume down here too. It's very interesting, the volume that's come in since June, right? This whole sell-off. So tons of effort from sellers, and not much outcome, right, for them. No positive outcome for the sellers, right? They're just taking it back down to this very key inflection point, and now like an engulfing. It could be a signal candle. Someone could like maybe even set up a stop loss below the signal candle, right? Would you want to own the asset if it invalidates the engulfing candle, which is why you would be longing it in the first place? If you have a stop at like 88.40 or something, and it sucks if it goes down to 86.75 and bounces, but again, you'd be playing the engulfing candle, right? So maybe on the new week we get some sort of bullish back test at 89.80, right? They reconfirm it as support, maybe, and you would just take profit right at 104.70, and that'd probably be it. Like you probably take like 70+% of your position off the table there. Maybe 30% you could hope for a breakout, but I don't know why you'd hope. You're in a bad trend right now. So yeah, it could be strategized. You're at a key level, you're at the bottom of a trading range, and you have a signal candle on the weekly. So that's how you play engulfing candles. The stop's just below the open of that candle, because if you get stopped out, that means your entire argument is gone. You don't have an argument anymore. So why would you want to own the asset? Exactly. Right angle, descending, broadening. Well, there's no such thing. It's right angle, descending, broadening formation, or it's a right angle, or it's a descending, broadening wedge. Echo. Two different structures. So again, like just keep it simple. Trading range bottom, bullish engulfing candles, your signal, decent volumes, very interesting, easy to set up a stop loss. If your stop loss is triggered, the whole engulfing candle argument's gone, and that's it, right? Simple. Bread and butter. That's peanut butter jelly. Just range bound trading. Again, back to Bitcoin because, dudes, it is phenomenal. We had a $11,300 weekly candle. We had a God candle confirmed, a 10.09% candle. When's the last time we had a 10% candle? We got to go back to, it seems like we have to go back to May of this year. That was a 10.46% candle. April was another 10% candle. So it has been many months since we've had a God candle. Yeah, 5 months. So Bitcoin on the new week, you can clearly see how this could end up happening. I mean, like, what if they just did it? Like, look, you're above that high from July, and it's just a little pullback, and now it's like, oh, highs of the new week, chat, right now. Holy crap. I showed Rivian on Friday, Rizgo. Just go check out the stream, man. You can see above my head is that 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, where it's like the same thing. Like you had a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle, and to close out the week, the last 4-hour candle was a close above 123.107. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome for Bitcoin. So how far away are we from the new all-time high? We are about 1.75% away from the all-time high on Bitcoin. So we want this to run ASAP, so then eventually the altcoins, like the bigger altcoins, can have their crazy runs. I'm most optimistic on Ethereum due to we've already talked about it a million times, right? Ethereum's probably, to me, the most optimistic because of, we haven't looked at the weekly since the close, so we'll do it right now. It was the 500-day large consolidation structure. There it is. I mean, that is massive. Let me show you again. 500 plus days large, 518 days, and then it broke out. And then they back tested the breakout, confirmed it as a real breakout. They confirmed the resistance is support now. And then the next week after the back test, a bullish engulfing candle. But not just any bullish engulfing candle, a bullish engulfing candle that recaptures the old 2021 major reversal point. I think that right there is enough to be bullish on Ethereum. That's all really good stuff for now. And then we talked about earlier the weekly bull pull bull flag in itself. So, all right, Bitcoin's up $333 now. Highs of the new week, man. So like maybe Ethereum underperforms Bitcoin while Bitcoin goes into price discovery if it's going to happen, but then eventually Bitcoin starts going sideways and then Ethereum just starts going insane, breaking 48.67, testing 5,000, and then boom, you break 5,000. It's just going to probably be a quick ride to $5,500, $6,000. What's up, Crypto Ghost, man? Thank you, dude. Holy crap.
Cryptoghost tipped $24.24. PS to join the Citadel. Thanks, Mitch.
Crypto Ghost, thanks for the advocacy for the Patreon Citadel. Yeah, man, it's the 5th of the month, 5th best day to join the Patreon. Patreon.com/MitchRayTA. I have it pinned in the chat above. You get access to the trade setups I post, my charts only. I post updates on many different various assets daily, just about. And you get alerted to important technical events that are occurring on many different charts, many different markets. You get access to premium Discord chat. But above all that, above all the value you get actually out of the Patreon/Citadel, you are supporting a content creator who has never once monetized his live streams, never once taken money from an entity and promoted it to my viewing audience. I'm 100% crowdsourced for almost 8 years. It means you cannot make it up. What am I going to do? Just miss out on however much 6 figures worth of money over all this time? For sure. And just, no, because integrity is important. And I feel like if I ever take money from an entity and start promoting it to you, then that might call in my integrity into question. Unless it was like Nvidia. Like, my God, yeah, I would probably sell out and accept money from Nvidia to sell you a product, because I love Nvidia. I use their GPUs, AMD too. I love their CPU. It's freaking nuts. But, you know, other than that, it's like, okay, they don't need any advertising. So that's why it's never going to happen, right? So anyway, again, I say that above all things, promoting the Patreon/Citadel, because I have a team that is dependent on me, right? That my team, they have families, okay? I care about them, and hey, for me, it's whatever. But yeah, that's just how it works, man. It's how online content creation is. So I'll tell you this, 99% of people that do what I do, any capacity of what I do, 99% of people do accept money from entities, and they do push it to their viewing audience. So you could definitely say this is a 1% stream. Okay, so thanks again, Crypto Ghost. Yeah, I was gonna completely forget about even bringing it up, but you did it, man. So how many liquidations on Bitcoin we got ahead of us if we break 126K? I mean, probably a lot. Yeah, I don't know. We're looking at Ethereum up 0.71%. Who cares? Like, it's fine. I mean, this engulfing candle is pretty important though. Like, all we got to do is close higher this week than last week's close, and it confirms many things. Confirms the engulfing candle.
Hey, what's up, Mitch? Let's take a look at $RXRX stock. Potential wick-off accumulation on the weekly chart. Thanks, Kang.
All right, man. Yeah, we'll look at Fab. Thank you, dude. We'll look at RX repeating, of course. Sure. What about? I'm gonna go get the RX. Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Oh boy. Oh my God. We've been here before. This is what last time I was here, this is what I want. If I wanted the most holy grail, godlike Jesus pattern, structural development that is concluding its development at $5, I would want a 3 rising valleys with a third valley just happening to complete at the trading range bottom for May of 2022, which is $5. I don't know if this is going to happen, but if I wanted the most ultimate, insane edge, easiest trade setup of all time with an increased probability, like greater than 50%, maybe even 65% chance of it going way higher, I would want this. So when we look at this maybe in September, and it's like, dude, give me one more big rally and sell off and give me the third valley. Rule of 3. Just give it to me. If I don't get it, I don't care. Too many assets out there to give a crap if it happens or not. But this would please me to no end. So if the composite operator of RXRX is watching, paint this for me, and I will give it my blessing for sure. Okay, so that's RXRX. So I don't know about Wyckoff accumulation. Yeah, Wyckoff accumulation. Okay, fine. Yes, maybe. It very well could be. The spring, but this would be the spring back test. So they violated the level not once and twice. They've done it twice. So on the third valley, let there be no violation of the bottom of the trading range. Let it be perfect. How many times have I seen it? Where it's like the first two violate the bottom, but the third one, let there be no doubt, no violation. It is perfect. So I would hope for that. And then, yeah, sure, absolutely Wyckoff accumulation schematic could be going on. And we might be in phase D. Yeah, look at the volume down here, dude. It's crazy high volume. So, okay. Thank you, dude. Fab. Yep. Very well could be accumulation, sir. An old M shape played out, and then it was done. So it's pharmaceuticals, man. This is like your original scam coin market. None of them make money ever. They're in tremendous amounts of debt, mostly all biotech, pharma companies, and they're driven by FDA approvals, renewals, whatever. So yeah, maybe someone out there is more than before, but it would be confirmed more than before with this third value. It would be like, wow, an accumulation structure occurring at the bottom of trading range and possibly at the near the final phase of Wyckoff accumulation. That would be the ticket, man. I'd be all over this. I would buy call options if we ever got this structure, absolutely, and maybe would be irresponsibly long on those call options down here if that ever happens. So that's what I would want. Okay. Yeah, biotech drop. Yeah, for sure, dude. So here we are, the new day. Kind of popped for a second, but meh. It's never what it seems. Ethereum can't break its daily supply line. It's still just having trouble, man. Another test today. So 3 out of the past 4 days, we have been testing the supply line of this. Whatever. You know, you call it a structure, maybe not. It's just like, you know, you need a trend line. All you got to have are 2 anchor points to have a valid trend line. So you just say, okay, this is a supply line. So 1 anchor point, 2 anchor points. Okay, it's valid. They're now correlating, obviously, Friday and Sunday, and now it's Monday officially on the UTC. And maybe they break it, and it would be amazing if they did, because the target would certainly be like $4,700+, but they've just been faking out. Maybe this time it's real. Again, for yields, I'm thinking Ethereum on the weekly. That's maybe the play. IMO. It's just the 500-day large structure, the bullish pattern. It's so perfect. And it's the formal back test of the breakout. And now it's the engulfing candle recapturing the key 4384. It's all those things that gives me the most optimism probably on Ethereum. But crypto, whatever. It's no ACHR, it's no BABA, it's no Lithium Americas Corporation, but it's its own thing, it's its own structure, its own price action, correlation. That's fine. Okay. So thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions. So we check dominance. Now we guess we can check it real quick. Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, sorry, dude. They're just not going to break this thing on Ethereum. Not today, Junior. Yeah, the dominance just continuing to rise. Probably just skating towards 60% for another test there. And the problem is, you rally to 60%, you break it, you run to 61.5%. Guess what's going to happen? It's most likely, dude, going to be a lower high and then roll over, and then altcoins are going to go insane as Bitcoin's at 135 probably. J-Duff, look above my head. Look above my Alabama jersey. Okay. Yeah, I mean, even if that happens, that means Bitcoin outperforms while everything rises, but eventually it'll pull back because it'll probably make a lower high than these. You think about, like, this is the X, A, B, C, C to D, 886 up here, 200 moving average, inflection point. It does that for a while. I get it, you know, because the Bitcoin show has to happen first, and then the alts run after. I could see that. So that was yesterday was the highest daily candle close since August 21st. So we're talking like what, 5+ week highs on Bitcoin dominance. All right, there you go. All right, man. Again, 124.587 and change. That's the breakout point of this range here. So don't get cocky. Oof, man, this set's kind of garbage, man. I'm going to give it a shot on something else. All right. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Going to get some dinner. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll reassess everything tomorrow. Nothing is what it seems. Till next time, respect the TA.